Hello everyone, look at my shirt. I think it's from Persona, but I can't remember. But anyway, today I'm going to talk about why I don't care about animals. It is a follow-up to the I'm vegan now video. So a lot of people will ask me like, don't you want to be vegan? Don't you care about the animals? You like animals, right? Yes. I like animals. I think they're cool, they're fuzzy. I have 2 pets. I would love to have more pets. I like animals. However, do I really care about them? No. And that's actually a really hard pill to swallow for a lot of people because I do live in the United States of America where everybody loves animals. And I also live on the East Coast where no one has ever seen a farm before or have killed their own livestock for food before. So there are a lot of stories about people crying over seeing meat on their plates or being upset when they watch slaughterhouse videos or being sad for the animal when it's time for them to become dinner. And I honestly don't feel those emotions. I could be a psychopath. I wouldn't doubt it. Why do I not care about animals? Well, I have watched documentaries and I have seen slaughterhouse videos, and I do think that the meat industry in America is unnecessarily cruel, so you shouldn't support it. However, I'm not from here, and the way that meat is handled where I am from is a lot different and a lot less cruel and a lot more in your face than here. I find that in America, all of your meat is packaged in those little styrofoam trays with like plastic on them, all pre-cut for you. My grandparents live across the street from a pig farm. And next to the pig farm is a banana farm. Yeah, maybe they're like actually together. I never asked before. So yeah, there's a pig farm and a banana farm. And when I was little, I used to always go and play with the pigs because I didn't know it was like a not a slaughterhouse, but I didn't know that they were raised for meat until one day the truck came and all the pigs were screaming and running away, because I knew that their time had come, and then you had to go chase them down the street and drag them back on the truck, and whatever wasn't sold at the market, the pigs would come back the next day. Obviously, they would be very traumatized and not had a good time, but that is the circle of life for them. And if you wanted chicken, you would go to the market, and all these chickens would be in cages, and you pick the chicken that you want. And you have to make sure it's like feisty because that means it's not sickly. And the lady takes the chicken and cuts its head off and pulls out its feathers, and now you have a chicken for dinner. So that is what I grew up kind of witnessing. I mean, I didn't kind of witness it. I witnessed it. That was what it was. And, you know, it's normal to me and normal to everybody because that's just how life was. And not the same in America. I find that a lot of people don't even know that their meat comes from animals, which is kind of really crazy to me. A little upsetting that no one has the proper education to know that what you're eating was once alive, which I blame on the way we're raised here, our education system, and society. Did I feel bad for the animals? Yeah, a little, but would I cry over it? No. A lot of vegan YouTubers that I have watched are like, oh, I'm so upset and I just wanted to cry, or I did cry when I saw the animals and whatever they say. I just can't relate to it. Maybe it's because I have no soul. I don't know. Doesn't affect me. Not to mention, as I said in the last video that I posted about how being a fisherman, fishing is the livelihood of my family overseas, and owning Japanese restaurants and being sushi chefs is the livelihood of my family here. My parents were very proud of the quality of their food. And my dad would always go to extra lengths to get the freshest fish possible. We grew up in New Jersey, and he would always drive in the middle of the night to the South Street Seaport for the fish market like once or twice a week at like 4 in the morning to get whole fresh fish. And we would also get shipments from like other companies where everything would be alive. And when they're alive, when they get there, you have to kill them so that you can serve them or freeze them or do whatever you need to do with them. And because I spent most of my childhood in a Japanese restaurant, I saw it a lot, partook in it a lot. So it just doesn't bother me. To me, it's like, oh, well, that's just their life. Obviously, you know, they would be a lot better in the wild, in the water, on the farms, living out their lives. But this is my reality. And I know that it's wrong, but I honestly do not have the sympathy for them. And maybe one day I will, because a lot of people say the compassion grows inside of you when you stop eating animals. But I also understand that, you know, not every country is America. Not every country is a first world country with first world problems. And some other countries, you know, that's the only way that people can make their living and put food on their tables. I was once told by a radical vegan that meat farmers in other countries should just find another job because it's really easy to be cruelty-free, just don't do it. And my response to that was, that's real white of you to say. Now I should have said, that's real privileged of you to say, but I mean like, apples to apples, right? Racist. But maybe that person had never been to a developing country. Maybe that person has never lived like a hard day in their lives. Maybe that person doesn't know, you know, how little money people make in other countries, and that when you don't have education, when you don't have the resources, you know, when you don't have the job market, you do what you have to do to make money to provide for your family. And if doing what you have to do includes being a meat farmer, killing chickens for like coins a day, like not even like dollars, then that's what you have to do, and that's the only choice that you have. And to be like, well, maybe you should stop doing that and do something that doesn't include killing animals. Well, what other options are there in the situation that they have? No options. No options. Zero. Super cool of you, person, to be really privileged. I could really keep going and talking about this for a really long time because I'm not from America. Whoa! I mean, I was born here and then I spent a lot of time over there and then came back, so I'm not from here, but I'm technically from here. So I'm thankful that I have the knowledge of both sides of the coin, but that is why I don't feel and my heart doesn't break as much for animals as people who have never seen it before, never lived through it. You know, just have your meat in like little packages. And yeah, it's not any sort of excuse. I'm not trying to make an excuse for how I feel, because I'm not going to be like, oh, I don't feel bad. I just don't. And that's just how it is. And maybe it'll change. But I don't deny that eating meat is awful for you. But I don't feel the same sadness that other people do, or other vegans do, or other animal lovers do, which is another topic for another time, when it comes to animal slaughter. And that is pretty much my stance on it. I like animals, don't feel bad when they die yet. Well, that's it for today. So until next time, I will see you guys later. Thanks for watching.